I'm actually using a new camera today. I should be a little bit further away from it as well. It's got a wider angle lens. Just did my hair. I look like a wreck actually. Complete wreck. So today's video isn't so much about me making a video necessarily. It's about me trying out this, oh my god, amazing new beautiful camera that essentially you guys have bought for me. So thank you very, very much for this. And God, you got to see it to believe it. I'm just going to get out my mobile phone and show you what I can see. Can you see this? Maybe this would be better. Can you see this shit? Can you see that? I'm just basically waiting for somebody to like snatch it out of my hand. I actually failed to bring with me today the little tether I normally wear around my hands, so no one could nick my shit. You know, I want someone to nick my shit. So I'm going to go into Parliament Square. There is actually something to talk about today. It's just mainly I'm trying to figure out how to use my new camera. So there we go. Parliament Square, here we come. Everyone's honking their horns because they're really angry. This morning I was reading a couple of articles actually, primarily one in The Guardian, that was talking about how you know, the possibility of a second Brexit referendum is on the cards and it's getting more realistic every single day and every single week that passes. Do you remember quite a while ago I was talking about how possible like Brexit is like 1776 in America, Independence Day or whatever? Well, it occurred to me actually that there's something down here that is a little bit more accurate as an analogy, and it's these two opposing statues. Oliver Cromwell, standing just there, looking all mournful, a little bit guilty, because of course he ordered off the head of Charles I, whose head, very miserable looking head, is sitting just there. And I personally think this is more of a good analogy for Brexit, simply because once you chopped off the King's head, it's actually too late to go back. I know actually with the whole like English Civil War thing, they technically did go back to the royal family, although in a very, very different way. But thankfully, sanity is prevailing and people are actually starting to realise that whether they're pro-Brexit or whether they're anti-Brexit, the King's head is already chopped off. There's no good trying to stick the King's head back on. There's quite clearly a mortal wound which is prohibiting going back in time. And I think it's the same with Brexit. There's so much damage to Britain's reputation within Europe, even if you're not talking about any kind of conspiratorial stuff. There's so much damage to Britain's reputation that it cannot go back. The King's head is in the basket. Tell me what you think of the new camera. I think it's all right. I actually think it's all right. And thanks for paying for it.